I've decided to set myself a little mini budget challenge, and it will be to take £10 to Aldi's to buy herbs, spices and seasoning and treating it as if I've got a brand new kitchen at home and it's completely barren. There's nothing there. I need to stock up on herbs, spices and seasoning to help get me started cooking and to fill my cupboards. So we'll go to Aldi's, have a look around, grab some of the herbs and spices, and then I'll get home and I'll discuss the choices I've made and the options available for using the herbs and spices I picked up. I just thought this might be a fun little challenge to set, and the restriction of £10, and see what we can get herbs, spices wise with just £10. Right, let's go through what we picked up from Aldi's herbs, spices and seasoning wise. I think we did quite well for the £10 budget. First thing we picked up is some table salt. The table salt came in at 65p. Salt for cooking and for seasoning, finish cooking your dinner. Picked up some a pepper grinder with some black peppercorns, so we can do ground black pepper. The grinder itself, so this came in at £1.65, but I was looking at this from the point of view as if you first moved out and you were buying herbs and spices to start out, you're going to need that to grind the peppercorns. Once you bought that, you can buy refills. Sometimes these are on offer as well, so you can get them a bit cheaper, so you're not buying the grinder each time, which will save you some money. I think we'll go herbs first, and then we'll go spices and the other bits we picked up along the way. Some basil, which is brilliant for adding to tomato soups, adding to your spag bowls, anything really tomato based which you want to enhance with a bit of flavour. Basil's definitely a good one. It's also quite easy to grow. You can buy them in the fresh pots in the supermarkets as well, and then you can put that in some compost and actually keep that going on your windowsill for a long time. That's a little trick if you don't want to grow it from seed. Bay leaves are brilliant for sticking in and adding extra depth of flavour, a bit of a peppery flavour to stews, casseroles. I personally put it in my chilies, spag bowls, anything which I'm cooking, stewing down, simmering for a long time, even a curry. I think I didn't actually tell you how much the basil was, did I? So the basil was 69p and the bay leaves were 49p. Get quite a few in there for the price. And we've got some mixed herbs. So this is quite a good one to pick up when you're first starting out. So it's got marjoram, basil, thyme and oregano. So you get 4 in 1 for that. And this is fantastic for adding to tomato sauces. So your pasta sauce, your chilies, your spag bowls. You can add this to the pizza toppings. Mixed herbs is a really good one to have. And I believe this one came in at 59p. Moving on. So you may not have garlic and you may not have onions, but you might want to get that flavour into your dishes when you're starting out. So we've got some garlic granules. So this is good to have on the shelf. This is a real good backup if you haven't got fresh garlic, or sometimes I just use this over fresh garlic. I like to sprinkle this on top of on top of cheese on toast. This makes a really nice cheesy garlic cheese on toast. It lasts for a long time, like with all these herbs and spices. So this one's 2027, what are we now? So it's basically 2 years from now. Garlic granules is really good to have on hand as a backup. And the same can be said for the onion granules. So again, fresh is best. If you've not got access to fresh onions and you want to put onions in your dish, this is another really good substitute. This can be used as well. So these two can be used quite well in soups and stews as well, because they're cooking for a long time. So this really gets the flavours out of the dried onion granules. Spices wise, a really important one is paprika. That adds real flavour to a lot of your chilies, your spag bowls. I mean, I say chilies and spag bowls quite a lot because that's quite a basic thing when starting out cooking to learn. It's something I'm teaching my kids to cook, and I just think once you've got the fundamentals of that, you can experiment with other dishes. This goes really good in Moroccan dishes. It goes really well in curries. You name it. It's got a nice fiery spice to it. You can mix and match and play around with different paprikas. I'll show you, for example. So if you've been on my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm a big fan of the smoked paprika. It's got a really nice smokier flavour. Goes fantastic in chilies. It's one of my go-tos for like chili dishes and stuff like that. You can also buy a hotter version. So if you don't want to add hot chilies or chili flakes, you can use a hot paprika. So you've got multiple options with paprika, but your standard basic one, that one came in at... So your garlic granules were 69p, your onion granules were 65p, and your paprika was 69p. I'm not very good at giving you the prices straight away, am I, at the moment? I'll try and do better in the rest of this video. Cumin, another essential for your curries, and it's also a great one to add if you want to experiment with trying to make carrot soup and other such dishes like that. It gives that real aromatic flavour to it. Next we have turmeric, which is used a lot in Asian cuisine. It goes well with fish dishes. It goes well in curries. I think this is actually a key component of curry powder anyway. It's also very good for you. It's rich in phytonutrients, which protect your body. It's used a lot in plant-based foods. It's got links to preventing cancer, heart disease, stuff like that. I don't want to go too much into the medicinal reasons for it, but it is a good one to have in the cupboard, and it is good for you. So turmeric's a really good one. That's why I picked it up in the £10 budget. Turmeric came in at 75p. Next up we have ground cinnamon. Now ground cinnamon's good for adding to your porridge. You can add it to your coffee if you like. You can add it to apples. You can add it to a variety of different things to give it that extra spiciness. Hot chocolate is nice in hot chocolate as well. Yeah, so I picked up ground cinnamon because I tend to use that quite a lot in the kitchen. For baking as well, adding to muffins and flapjacks and stuff like that. Next up, I went for a good seasoning to add. So if you want a cheap, easy meal, you can do peri-peri chicken, but you can also do peri-peri wedges by just cutting up a potato, leave the skin on, a little bit of olive oil, chuck it into an air fryer, and you've got lovely peri-peri wedges. I use this all the time for just quick and easy meals when it comes to cooking chicken. So it's got crushed chilies, onion granules, dried garlic, dried orange peel, black pepper, chili powder, lemon peel powder, bay leaf, paprika, parsley, cumin. So it's got loads in there. It's a real vibrant kind of zangy kind of flavour to it. It's just chuck this onto your chicken with a bit of oil and you're good to go. So I thought, you know what, if you want something on the shelf which you can turn to just use with lots of different seasonings in it, this is the one. You can see all the chili flakes and all the goodness in there. So I thought that was a really good idea. The peri-peri seasoning coming at 75p, and the final thing I picked up is a medium curry powder. So this is going to be an all-in-one. Chuck it in. You can add this to your potatoes. Add this to some passata or some chopped tomatoes, and you've got the basis of a curry ready to go. So this contains coriander seeds, turmeric powder, ginger powder, cumin, fenugreek, mustard flour, garlic powder, allspice, cayenne pepper, and black pepper. So this has got everything you need to make a real basic curry. You could add this to your baked beans and make curried baked beans, which is a really nice thing I like to do. Yeah, so I think we've done pretty well for the £10 price. So let's just show you on the receipt. Bay leaf 49p, curry powder 89p, table salt 65p, peri-peri seasoning 75p, cinnamon 89p, turmeric 75, paprika 69, basil 69, herbs, mixed herbs 59, garlic granules 69, The grinder with the peppercorns, £1.65, cumin 59, and the onion granules at 65. So that came in at a total price of £9.97. I think when you're starting out in a kitchen for the first time, say you're moving out or you starting afresh, that is a really good fundamental basics of spices and herbs for the kitchen at a really reasonable price. I like to think I pretty much covered all bases with these. I think you've got enough there to start cooking and making your own meals. You've got stuff there to enhance, and you've definitely got your real basics, your seasoning, your salt, your pepper. Paid a little bit extra for that, but of course you've got a grinder. You don't need to buy a fancy grinder. You just buy one of these and keep refilling it. One thing I do like about the Aldi's, other than the fact that it's the cheapest spices and herbs, and you can see that they're decent quality fresh herbs, is the fact that if you put them in your drawer, which I don't, I put mine on a rack, but if you have them on a drawer like that, you can see what they are from the top. I thought that's just a neat little addition to it. So it's got the beginning letter and then the actual, like for example, onion granules, O, P for peri peri seasoning. Right, enough waffling. I like these little challenges because I like thinking outside the box, because I've been living with my family and doing the shopping and cooking for so long. It's nice to try and think of what would I do if I'm just starting out, and a little bit that's spurred on by the fact that my daughter's getting to the age where she will be looking to go to uni in a few years, and I want to set her up. I want her to be, I want you maybe even look at this video, reference this video when she moves out and she's got a little bit of independence. Thanks for watching. I hope you did find that interesting. Let me know if there's any other little starting out basics you'd like me to go through on the channel, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video. Bye bye.